That the final rites of legendary writer U.R. Ananthamurthy has come to an end. It's time, of course, to bid farewell to the legend, with the Antyasti coming to an end after nearly 2 hours of pujas. The pyre has been lit, and of course it will take several hours for that flame to die down, and after which the ashes will be collected and distributed in different rivers. It was his son Sharad who went on to light the pyre as per custom, and of course after those elaborate pujas, it is the end of a legend. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah was present, Housing Minister Ambarish Yediyurappa, all of them were present for the funeral, and now of course all of them leaving and also ensuring that they get one last chance to pay their last respects. So all of them throwing in flowers. The last memory, of course, of the man will be of an inspiration, of a man who went ahead and spoke despite any barriers and wrote his heart. several dignitaries, from politicians to theatre artists to even the police department turning up. Ananthamurthy was in fact cremated with full state honours, and of course after nearly 2 hours the pujas have come to an end. It is time for the family to go ahead and mourn Ananthamurthy's death. In fact, he was cremated in the ritual that is followed by South Indian Brahmins, a Hindu ritual. Of course, this is something that his family wished for. They believed that for his passing they will go ahead and follow the necessary rituals, and after, of course, all of those pujas, the cremation has finally come to an end with the lighting of the pyre by his son Sharad. Crowds now dispersing, of course, after several hours, when in fact the fire dies down. The ashes will be collected and Sharad, along with the rest of the family members, will be going ahead and distributing URA's ashes in different rivers, and with that, of course, the entire process will be complete. It will be, of course, a year before the family can continue with their life, but big loss there. Several people had gathered to bid farewell to Ananthamurthy, and now, of course, with the lighting of the pyre, his journey has come to an end. It is the end of a legendary writer who will go down in the annals of history. Well, it was an elaborate puja that was maintained with every ritual being followed to the T. Of course, it was Sharad who was in fact the karta, or the doer in this particular case, and of course after all the rituals, Ananthamurthy finally being laid to rest there with the lighting of the pyre. It will of course take several hours before that fire dies down, after which the pujaris present there will collect the ashes. They will go ahead and hand it over to the family, and of course their period of mourning will continue. Huge number of people had gathered to witness this particular cremation, which is taking place at Kalagrama, including the likes of the Chief Minister, the Police Commissioner, as well as Housing Minister Yediyurappa. All of them were present there to go ahead and witness this moment when a legend has left us. We understand that tomorrow as well there will be a lot of pujas held in his remembrance by, of course, his family. It was a conscious decision taken by his family, despite his beliefs, to go ahead with a Hindu ritual, go ahead and ensure that all of those rituals are maintained, and that's why we saw, of course, an elaborate puja also being conducted before his pyre was finally lit by his son Sharad. remember, it was a passing that has not led to quite a bit of chaos as such. It is understood that a lot of people have been grieved hearing this news. From yesterday, there have been so many testimonies pouring in, so many remembrances, fond memories pouring in of the legend. And of course, after keeping his body for public viewing through the morning at the Kantirva, he was taken to the Kalagrama, where in fact a long ritual ended with his pyre being lit by his son Sharat. In fact, today has been announced as a day of mourning for the entire state. The Chief Minister had made this announcement. He too was seen getting rather emotional when he did visit Ananthamurthy's residence earlier in the day. In fact, it is understood that he's also gone ahead and stated that there will be 3 days of mourning. Also, of course, Ananthamurthy was cremated with full state honours, keeping in mind his contribution to the state, to the world as a literature. And well, now of course the mourning will continue for the family as well. That particular fire will continue to burn for many more hours to come, and after that of course his ashes will be collected and will be handed over to his family. Over the next 13 days, of course, they will continue to mourn. On the 13th day, there will be yet another puja, and after that, of course, for a year, we will be looking at quite a bit of pujas taking place and the family continuing to mourn. Of course, Ananthamurthy will be remembered by his work in Kannada, by his work in the world of literature. His work will live on and his words will live on through the same. Of course, this man will be sorely missed as a man who believed in the very core of democracy, who believed in the festival of democracy, someone who never shied away from uttering what he believed, be it against a community, a religion, or against politics itself. Ananthamurthy was a person who never minced his words, for the better or for the worse. This was something that he was known for, someone who believed in the true idea of democracy. In fact, while he did have a lot of people who were very fond of him, who appreciated him for his opinion, there's no doubt that there were several others, several of his detractors who did not believe in his work. But no matter what, come what may, he will be remembered by historians as a great writer, as a man who made a difference in Kannada literature and who will be remembered for many more generations to come. He's inspired so many writers and will continue to inspire so many more with his works, including of course his very popular book and probably his most controversial book, Samskar. He was of course 82 years old. He has been battling a number of ailments. Several people said that this was coming, this was inevitable. It is of course the circle of life, but of course this man will be sorely missed. At 82, he was still very energetic. He was someone who believed in the true essence of the nation, a true Gandhian as well to the core. But it looks like even a great man like he, couldn't escape destiny. And of course, the hope is that he's gone on to a better world.